Hi, podcast listeners, and welcome to Sandbox Radio Live. This episode, Silvery Moon, was recorded in front of a live audience at the Bathhouse Theater in Seattle on June 18, 2018. It features a piece from writing duo Brett Fetzer and Juliet Waller-Prezan, a trip through the history of theater with Phil Shallot, and we revisit a couple of our favorite pieces by our dear departed colleague, Peggy Platt, with music from the Sandbox Radio Orchestra led by maestro and composer Angie Louise. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Sandbox Radio Silvery Moon. This one is for Peggy.
Sandbox Radio, we'll stay all day. In the backyard we'll play. Jump into our sandbox. We'll build castles and kings. Words become things. Sandbox Radio. Sandbox Radio. Sandbox Radio. Sandbox Radio. Good evening and welcome to Sandbox Radio. Coming to you live from the Bathhouse Theater at Green Lake in the heart of beautiful Rain City, Seattle. This episode features writing from Scott Augustin, Lisa Halpern, Elizabeth Heffron, Brett Fetzer, and Juliet Waller-Prezan, and more. Plus all your favorite Sandbox Radio players. And the Sandbox Radio Orchestra, led by maestro and composer Angie Louise. So tonight, we celebrate all things June, but most especially our dear departed friend and company member, Peggy Platt, whose birthday was June 16th. So, sit back and relax as we take you into the world of Sandbox Radio Live. This one's for Peg. Sandbox Radio.
Starlight, star bright, first star that I do see tonight. Are you ready to rumble? Good evening, red giants, white dwarfs, quasars, and everything in between. Those busy little organisms on my third planet are at it again, launching a new interplanetary probe in just a few ticks of the orbit. And you know what that means!
The 35th Interplanetary Probe Hurling Competition by Brett Fetzer and Juliet Waller-Prezan.
If you are new to this sport, and it's only been happening for a blink of an eye from our perspective, so I guess we're all a little new to it. Here's what happens. Those smooth monkeys on the planet Earth shoot an interplanetary probe away from their planet and aimed at some other heavenly sphere. Our competitors, the 8 magnificent planets, will attempt to latch on to that probe with their gravitational fields and send it careening off into deep space. Or, for double points, pull it into themselves for a crash landing. Whoa! Our undefeated reigning champion, with 35 out of 35 wins, is the second largest object in this solar system.
Jupiter! Jupiter! Jupiter!
That's right. Let's go to our roving commentator, Comet Shoemaker Levy.
Thank you, Soul. As you can hear, Jupiter and its moons are pumped up and ready to play.
Jupiter! Jupiter!
Jupiter, will you be able to defend your title as champion?
Do you even need to ask? I am a gas giant.
How have you been training for this year's game?
I never stop training. You stop, you drop.
Champion! Champion!
Well, that's it from Jupiter. Sol?
Thank you, Shoemaker Levy. Now, we weren't sure if they were going to make it, but it looks like Halley's Comet has indeed arrived in time for a quick word with Neptune. Halley, what's the word from where you are?
Sol, we're way out here in the far reaches of the solar system, where you might think you'd be at a disadvantage, but Neptune begs to differ.
First, I'd just like to point out that this competition is deeply sizist.
Well, more mass, more gravity.
I think the obvious one-sidedness of this game up to now really invites a re-examination of the rules. Aren't we all a little bored by now with Jupiter winning every time through sheer brute force?
I don't know. Watching a master athlete at the peak of their form is pretty thrilling.
And what form is that exactly? Spherical? Bloated? Look! I'm still the 4th largest planet, and come on, Uranus just barely edges me out. And you don't have to stifle your giggles when you talk about me, okay?
Uranus.
Let's talk tactics. I'm further out than Jupiter, which means I'm in the perfect position to hijack any probe that Jupiter has hurled my way. And whoever hooks the probe last is the winner, right? So don't count me out.
Hey!
Oh, shit!
Oh, hey, everyone, it's Pluto.
Damn right it's Pluto!
Can we take this conversation a little further that-a-way? Pluto arcs out of the real plane of orbit by that point.
So I'm a little irregular. I have just as much right to play.
Pluto, I'm sorry, but you've been disqualified.
No! I'm a planet! I am!
Come a little closer, Pluto. Let me moon you.
Back off, Neptune!
I'll let you orbit retrograde. It's so cute and quirky.
I am my own planet! Damn it!
This might go on a while. Sol, back to you.
Thanks, Halley. Poor Pluto, always the bridesmaid. Comet Cahotek, are you out there? Do the inner planets have anything to say?
Well, Sol, looks like I found a great example of sportsmanship over here. Mars, Venus, and Mercury seem to be working together. Excuse me,
Dude, you shouldn't sneak up on us like that.
I'm from Radio K-Sun. How's your training going, Mercury? It looks like you might be working out some secret strategies.
What are you talking about? We're just chilling.
So, Venus, you're not training for the probe hurling?
No, I do not play games that will scratch this surface. Seriously, I am the hottest, and I plan to stay that way.
I see. Mars?
It's so lame. Jupiter
Dumb jock.
is only gonna win again. What's the point? We're just gonna hang until it's over.
But Mars, you came in 3rd place a couple of years ago.
Mars was disqualified. It was completely unfair. A total conspiracy. They said he got assistance from his moon. Right. I mean, no offense, but have you seen his moons? No way. The outer planets are just jealous of his popularity.
I did not ask for the rover, man. It just came to me. And then suddenly everyone was like, Mars, your ego, man. And I was like, what?
I see. Looks like Mars, Mercury, and Venus will be sitting this one out.
I don't sit, but yes, I won't be participating. And for the record, I like Jupiter. I think he's a fine athlete. Very fine.
There you have it. Comet Lovejoy, over to you.
Thanks, Cahotek. So, I'm here where it all begins, with the planet Earth. Earth, how's it going?
Oh, dear. Oh, my. Oh, jeez.
Getting ready to launch that probe?
Oh!
You're crucial to the game, but that very cruciality prevents you from becoming a competitor. How does that feel?
Really? You're going to ask me that right now?
So, I think... Oh, boy.
Oh, it's coming.
Probe launch imminent, so...
It's coming.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear it?
Oh!
And here we go.
And The probe leaves Earth's atmosphere, dropping booster rockets like change falling from a drunkard's pockets, spreading its solar sails like a dragonfly's glittering wings past the moon, soaring through the asteroid belt, and heading toward Mars. Lovejoy, are you on it?
Holy cow, here it comes, and Mars is... Mars?
Whoa! Is that... Oh, man, I should not have had that last hit. Oh, it's so pretty. Wow! Oh, is there more than one of those? Whoops! There it goes!
And Mars is out of the competition, so probe sailing unimpeded toward Jupiter. Over to you, Shoemaker Levy.
That's right, Lovejoy. It's coming our way, and Jupiter's flexing its gravitational field. Yes!
The probe is curving around Jupiter. Jupiter is tugging hard.
Jupiter!
It's a thing of beauty, but Jupiter's grip isn't as sure this time around. The probe feels that pull, but it's slipping out of Jupiter's grasp. No! And heading towards Saturn. This is history in the making, folks. Saturn is ready. Listen to those rings.
Jewel of the heavens, sparkling lure, grab that probe and land it sure.
The probe is making a full spin around Saturn. This is magnificent, and Saturn is hurling the probe out of the plane of orbit. There's no way Jupiter can catch it. The probe is on its way to the inky depths of space. I'm calling it. The winner of the 35th Interplanetary Probe Hurling Competition is...
Hold on. Listen. The Earth is... Folks, this is unheard of. The Earth is spinning its moon around like a tetherball. It's building up speed and... Unbelievable! In a Hail Mary pass, the Earth has thrown its own moon at the probe, and the moon is so perfectly aimed. Direct hit. And the probe's trajectory has been returned back to the Earth.
Is that even legal? I give it points for sheer chutzpah.
Sol, can we get a ruling on this?
And the probe has crashed. Double points.
The competition is over!
But who won?
The judges are conferring. Say, how's the Earth?
Earth, how are you doing?
I don't feel so good.
You are visibly trembling.
I've never been without my moon before.
Hold on. The judges have spoken. Stars, planets, moons, and comets. According to the rules, the last body to actually affect the probe's trajectory is the winner. So believe it or not, winner of the 35th Interplanetary Probe Hurl is the Earth's moon! Unbelievable. Amazing. Comet Hale Bop, are you there? Is the Earth's moon within your reach?
Yes, I think I can just keep up with the Earth's moon. Excuse me, Earth's moon.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, no. Radio.
Did you see that? I felt it through my whole being. Every crater trembled. It was perfect. That hit. Did we win?
You won.
I won. Oh, I feel so free.
And now what?
Can't you just let me enjoy this moment?
Well, this moment seems to be moving quickly into the next, and you seem to be moving right along with them.
Oh.
So I'm wondering, after such a spectacular showing...
Oh, my.
Earth's moon,
Yes?
you seem a little...
Could you contact... Do you have a way to get in touch with Earth?
I could try, but by the time I did, well, you would be...
Even farther away?
Yes,
It's very dark.
it is.
Will you find your way back?
I'll manage.
Hale Bob,
Yes.
try to keep my memory alive.
Will do. Truthfully, I'm at a loss for words out here. Final words, Saul.
I think we're all a little verklempt, Hale Bop. I can't think of the last time we lost such a luminous member of our community. I don't think any of us will forget this historic victory, a triumph of daring, grit, and determination against the lumbering power of brute force.
Hey.
Well, that's it from all of us at Radio K-Sun. We'll report later on the well-being of the Earth. But this has been the most exciting interplanetary probe hurling competition in the history of the sport. From all of us to all of you twinkling little stars out there in the Milky Way, and especially to a small, rocky orb soaring endlessly through the vastness of space. Good night.
The Elephant That Challenged the World by James Thurber.
An elephant woke up one morning with the conviction that he could defeat all the other animals in the world in single combat, one at a time.
He wondered that he hadn't thought of it before.
After breakfast, he first called on the lion.
You were only the king of beasts,
Bellowed the elephant.
whereas I am the ace.
And he demonstrated his prowess by knocking the lion out in 15 minutes, no holds barred.
Yeah, take that, you big pussy. Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Aw, nuts.
You're out.
Then, in quick succession, he took on the wild boar, the water buffalo, the rhinoceros, the hippopotamus, the eagle, and the vulture. And unbelievably, he conquered them all. After that, the elephant spent most of his time in bed eating peanuts, while the other animals, who were all now his slaves, built for him the largest house any animal in the world had ever had. It was 5 stories tall, solidly made of the hardest woods to be found. When it was finished, the ace of beasts moved in
and challenged all comers to meet him in the basement of the big house, where he had set up a prize ring 10 times the regulation size.
Several days went by, and then the elephant got an anonymous letter accepting his challenge.
Huh. Be in your basement tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock.
The message read. So, at 3 o'clock the next day, the elephant went down to the basement to meet his mysterious opponent. But there was no one there, or at least no one he could see.
Come out from behind, whatever you're behind.
I'm not behind anything.
Said a tiny voice. The elephant tore around the basement.
Come here, you.
Upsetting barrels and boxes, banging his head against the furnace pipes. Ow! And rocking the house to its foundations. But he could not find his opponent. The elephant roared.
That it was a trick. Probably ventriloquism. And that he would never come down to the basement again.
Oh, yes, you will.
Said the tiny voice.
You will be down here tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and you end up on your back.
The elephant's laughter shook the house.
We'll see about that.
The next afternoon, the elephant woke up from his nap on the top floor and looked at his wristwatch.
Nobody I can't see will ever get me down to the basement again.
And he went back to sleep. Then the house began to tremble and quiver as if an earthquake had it in its paws. Pillars and beams bent and broke like reeds, for they were all drilled filled with tiny holes. The fifth floor gave way completely and crashed down upon the fourth, which fell upon the third, which carried away the second and first as if it had been the floor of a berry basket.
Whoa! Whoa!
The elephant was precipitated into the basement, where he fell heavily upon the concrete floor and lay there on his back.
1, 2, 3.
What animal are you?
He demanded in quavering tones that had lost its menace.
8, 9, 10. I am the termite.
The other animals, straining and struggling for a week, finally got the elephant lifted out of the basement and put him in jail.
Moral, the battle is sometimes to the small, for the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Sandbox Radio is proud to be hosted here at the Bathhouse by Seattle Public Theater. Their mission to create an inclusive, intellectually curious world that actively engages with ideas and people by producing compelling and socially relevant theater to spark conversation and ignite empathy. Co-artistic directors Kelly Kitchens and Annie Leroux invite you to their exciting new season beginning this October with Fade by Tanya Saracho, directed by Pilar O'Connell. Subscriptions on sale now at seattlepublictheater.org. Seattle Public Theater, our future is bright, and it belongs to everyone.
I'm so late. It took me 45 minutes to get from Lower Queen Anne to Belltown. Finally got off the damn bus and walked. It must look like shit.
Take a picture. It'll last longer. By Scott Augustin.
You look gorgeous. Mwah. And I got you a drink. A Vesper.
I love you so much.
You talking to me or the drink?
Please don't ask me to choose.
Tough day?
Oh, yeah. The quarterly reports are due and nobody is getting me their numbers. I hate nagging. I'm not a natural nag.
No, I meant it's June 25th.
Uh-huh.
Tony would have been 50 today.
Oh, yeah, damn, that's right. Oh, when the waiter comes by, can we grab a menu? I'm starving.
Sure. So Tony's birthday isn't stirring up anything? Memories? Feelings?
Alice, I'm finding it a little weird that my girlfriend is putting more thought into my dead husband's birthday than I am. Ooh, is this the place that has those lamb sliders with the spicy green sauce?
You were with him for 10 years.
Yeah, I was. Past tense. Tony was, the Lamburger is. Or soon will be. But the drink is now in the was. I will definitely be needing another one of those.
Wait, back it up. You know I was with Diane for 11 years.
11 long years.
I might not be with her now, but that experience is part of who I am. Now and forever.
Forever?
Shh, let me finish. That 11-year stretch is still with me. It's past, but not gone.
God, I hated Diane.
I know. You never thought she was good enough for me.
No, I hated her with or without you.
You don't even think about Tony?
Oh, sure, sometimes. We had a house, so his name is always popping up in some kind of piece of paperwork. He still gets credit card offers.
And that doesn't make you sad?
No. Wait, are you asking me if I'm sad about not being sad?
Wait, should I be sad about you not being sad about not being sad?
Yes, question mark?
So you never cried over his grave?
I did not, because A, I am not a character in a Bronte novel, and B, Tony was cremated.
Where are his ashes?
The important question is, where is the waiter?
Oh my God, are you saying you never picked up
I'm saying I am a person who moves forward.
You're okay with forgetting the dead?
I'm more than okay with it. In fact, you know what? I think I am doing the dead a favor.
A favor?
Look, it's my belief that the dead don't want to be remembered. I bet if we could ask them, they'd say something like, I wish I had died before they invented the damn internet. Because now every time some asshole Googles embarrassing wedding toasts, there I am walking the earth again thanks to the miracle of YouTube. People run my name through an image search and there's my smiling puss. I just want to rest. And now it's like every fool on the planet with a phone and a minute to spare has a Ouija board at their fingertips. Won't let us go. Please let us stay dead. We have no final message. Our business will remain unfinished.
To be clear about this, you are coming out as pro forgetting the dead?
Hell yes. Look, for tens of thousands of years before writing and photography, that was the way. You got your time above ground, and then maybe a few years of being missed and talked about, and then you slipped away, never again to be thought of. You were free.
Free to what?
Free to do or be something that we, the living, can't even imagine. But with our obsession with record keeping and cataloging, our history books and museum and scrapbooks, it's like we're trapping the deceased in amber. Being forgotten is akin to the natural process of decay. We stop that. Like embalming a body, which is disgusting.
Today, I'm really hating agreeing with you about anything, but on that, you have a point. I concede that embalmed bodies are disgusting.
Did you know that if you die while climbing Mount Everest, they can't retrieve your body?
Where is that waiter?
And it is so cold, it just stays there. People on the way to the top have to walk right by you, sometimes stepping over you.
A metaphor for so many things.
There is one up there called Green Boots.
That was their name?
Nickname for the corpse. They aren't sure, but it's probably the body of Se Wong Paljor. Oh, I shouldn't have said his name. Sorry. Oh, God. Just think, if people make it into outer space, like if they take a jaunt to the Silvery Moons of Jupiter and their spaceship crashes, those bodies could be intact for 1,000,000 years. There will be no living people in 1,000,000 years.
Did you start drinking before you got here?
Silvery moonlight. That's what I think of when I think of being dead. A glow, a shimmer. You're invisible until you strike an object.
Hey, if I die before you, are you going to remember me at all?
Alice. Okay, a thought experiment.
Oh, nice. I love a good thought experiment.
Let's say I was a vampire who lived for centuries. I would probably, for companionship, take a human lover every now and then. I would probably hook up with them when they were young, to maximize time spent together. I'd watch them get old, take care of them at the end. But after a while, I am going to rack up some numbers. More notches than a bedpost can hold. There would be way too many to even...
Okay, stop. Why don't you just find a great lover and bite her or him and make them immortal?
That is a horrible thought. If I loved them, there is no way I would inflict immortality on them.
Inflict?
Without a life cycle, we aren't really human.
You know, this is a lousy place to have this conversation. Let's continue this later. Maybe in the moonlight. The serious moonlight.
Hello, ladies. Here's the menu. I am so sorry I did not forget about you. We've been swamped. There's a convention this week, and they all decided to come here.
Proctologists?
Mountain climbers.
Perfect. We'll have the lamb sliders, onion rings instead of fries, the nachos, and another round of drinks.
Is it happy hour?
On Mondays, every hour is happy hour.
If every hour is happy hour, is any hour really happy hour?
You know, you better make that 2 rounds of drinks in case you forget about us.
Oh, that is not going to happen.
If our drinks arrive before we crumble into dust, I'm going to make a toast to Tony on his birthday.
Tony who?
Yeah, keep it up, funny lady. Tonight might be the night you test your Silvery Moon theory.
Come here, you.
Oh my God! Did you see that?
National Diagonal, makers of Ridinol, the aerosol that kills 99% of everything that ought to be killed around the home, and new Ridinol Plus that kills whatever's left, presents A Brief History of Theater by Phil Shallot.
Make it quick, can the gab, boil it down, cut the flab, rain it in, spare the cream, give us history, but for the love of God, please make it brief.
In the beginning, there was silence.
Can we get on with it?
Who invited you?
Me, myself, and I.
Well, the 3 of you can piss off.
You piss off.
And dialogue was born.
Dialogue!
It fell to the ancient Greeks to organize things. The Greeks, whose quivering gray matter gave us trigonometry, geometry, and all the other ometries, advanced the history of theater by inventing the 3 unities.
Greetings, incredulous.
Greetings, Embarcadero. You seem excited.
Am I ever? I just invented the 3 unities.
Water, sewer, and garbage.
Those are the 3 utilities, you idiot. I'm talking about the unities.
Speak.
Feature this. Unity of action. A play can have only one single action.
Nice. Compact. Nifty.
Unity of place. A play can happen on only one place.
Provocative and tidy.
Unity of time. A play has to happen within one 24-hour period.
It's too good to be true.
After dispatching the unities, the Greeks took on the morass of human experience and divided it into 2 categories: comedy and tragedy.
Explain.
Comedy.
This guy barbecues his own children, does the yaya with his own mother, and slips on his own eyeballs that have been, get this, plucked out of his skull by voracious eagles sent by the god.
Tragedy.
This guy barbecues his own children, does the yaya with his own mother, and slips on his own eyeballs that have been plucked out of his skull by voracious eagles sent by the gods.
The history of theater marched on.
Shakespeare was born!
My liege, I would as were a readiness preposterous in time contumacious by thy so long Dixie.
Fie, belittling dromedary. Enough. Falls it short the nth rivulet, and let he who will calibrate our smoking nostrils blank unfurled or phosphorescent England. What say ye, good Lord Cumberbund? That's my line. It is not your line.
Read the script. Noble, What say ye, good Lord Cumberbund?
He reassigned it.
Who?
The director, to me.
Well, Trevor can just reassign it back where it belongs.
It's mine now, you over-the-hill codpiece.
Over my dead body, you tottering vat of paint!
Oh, my...
People, you must stop this insane bickering. There has to be an equitable solution.
What do you suggest, lover boy?
Well, you're both so aggressively talented. I know. We'll have a competition. We'll call it...
Auditions! Stars spread in the north!
Next!
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Next!
I shall present a rap version of my resume.
Next!
My childless, unmarried uncle, who is the one who is in arbitrage, which is not a city in France, is very solicitous of my career. He has promised to underwrite any production I am fortunate enough to be cast in.
You'd be perfect for the role!
Great plays!
The history of theater marched on some more. Great plays were added to the canon of the literature of the stage.
And so, Laura, blow out your candles.
Go. Leave your crippled sister here to play with her meringue.
Don't you mean menagerie?
Whatever. Just leave. Like your good-for-nothing father before you.
I'm not leaving, Mother. I just won't be here anymore.
No, of course not. Not you. I suppose you'll be far away where you won't be inconvenienced by your neurotic, terrifyingly self-absorbed, castrating mother and the human residue that is your fragile, doomed sister.
That sounds about right.
Independent and on your own, free to open that fish and chip stand you're always yammering about.
I told you it's not fish and chips. It's clams and mussels and crab, lobster and oysters, scallops and abalone.
Fly to the moon, you shellfish dreamer.
Bravo!
Inspired by Andrew Lloyd Webber and the urging of Disney stockholders, the theater grew ever more ambitious in its technical scope.
The widening scope! I've got this great concept for a new musical, a western.
You got exactly 45 seconds.
It's the year 18-something or other, you know, in the past. We're in Indian territory. It's bone dry, hasn't rained in years. The medicine man can't make it rain. Everything's fakakta, the rivers, the forests, the animals. The opening number is all about the tribe being on the brink of extinction. One of the young braves, picture Annie in a loincloth, gets this idea how to save the tribe and their entire way of life. Are you with me?
23 seconds.
What he does is he makes all the members of the tribe park their cars in a big circle. Then he has them take the last precious buckets of water in the communal well, the only water left to keep them alive. And what does he do? He has them wash their cars.
Wash their cars?
What does it always do when you wash your car? It rains.
It's brilliant!
The history of theater kept evolving. Theaters became endowed pleasure palaces. Holiday cash cows were mounted. Volunteer ushers were mobilized. Snickerdoodles were served during intermission. Electronic devices and their owners were extinguished. In time, individual performances began to be recognized and rewarded, creating one of theater's most beloved traditions.
The award ceremony.
This year's winner for Best Entertainer who has ever walked the face of the earth is Laguna Hoffmeyer.
I'm so gladdened onto so many, but especially to Bill Arnold at Say Uncle Productions for giving me the chance to be the first actress ever to be shot at on stage with live ammunition.
And survive!
And survive.
Hooray!
Eventually, the critics made their appearance.
The critics!
There you have it, scenes from the soon-to-be-forgotten and brief history of the theater. What are your thoughts, Joan?
I didn't actually see it, John, but I'm sure if I had, I'd say the playwright was either manly or womanly gendered. So, 1 thumb up.
To me, it was a wacky, high-dudgeon romp that had me gagging and choking and nearly puking with laughter. Both thumbs up from this chair.
So, let's review.
Okay.
I gave 2 thumbs up to the new musical, O Moliere. But John found it hard to believe anyone who wrote so well ever lived.
And Joan loved the Ice Capades adaptation of A la Rochechère de Tomes Perdu. But I found all those skating hourglasses trite and tiresome.
And that wraps it up for Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down.
Curtain call!
Of course, no and brief history of the theater would be complete without the stirring close and the ask. So, as the voices of our company swell with tarted-up emotion, we fervently solicit your tax-deductible contributions in order to reach our capital campaign goal to buy hinges for the doors to the stalls in the men's room. And if in the act of reaching for our goal, our skinny little artistic arms might be too weary to bear the unendurable weight of the unbearable sorrow, still, inspired by the gift of your generous generosity, we will continue to go where the brave dare not go, never abandoning the quest, resolved throughout the ever-evolving history of theater.
This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far. To fight for the right without question or pause. To march into hell for a heavenly cause. To dream. To fight. To reach. To quest. 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 To dream. To fight. To reach. Of Arthur and Al by James Thurber.
Once upon a time, there was a young beaver named Al.
Hi.
And an older beaver named Arthur.
Hello.
They were both in love with a pretty little female.
Charmed.
She looked with disfavor upon the young beaver's suit because he was a harum-scarum and a ne'er-do-well. Al had never done a single gnaw of work in his life, for he preferred to eat and sleep and to swim lazily in the streams.
And to play Now I'll Chase You with the girls!
Stop it, Al.
The older beaver had never done anything but work from the time he got his first teeth.
Timber!
He had never played anything with anybody. When the young beaver asked the female to marry him, she said
she wouldn't think of it unless he amounted to something.
She reminded him
that Arthur had built 32 dams and was working on 3 others, whereas he had never even made a breadboard or a pin tray in his life.
Al was very sorry, but he said
he would never go to work just because someone wanted him to.
Thereupon, she offered to be sister to him, but he pointed out that he already had 17 sisters. So he went back to eating and sleeping and swimming in the streams.
And playing spider in the parlor with the girls.
It tickles.
The female married Arthur one day at the lunch hour.
He could never get away from work for more than 1 hour at a time.
They had 7 children. And Arthur worked so hard supporting them that he wore his teeth down to the gum line. His health broke in two before long, and he died without ever having had a vacation in his life. The young beaver continued to eat and sleep and swim in the streams.
And play unbutton your shoe with the girls.
Oh, ow.
He never got anywhere, but he had a life and a wonderful time.
Moral: it is better to have loafed and lost than never to have loafed at all.
We're going to play a little song now. I did not write. I wrote the song just 3 months ago or so. I did not write it for Peggy. I wrote it just before she passed away. If I had written it for her, I would hope it would be a funnier song. But it's a road trip song, and there were some really great road trip stories told about Peggy at her memorial last month. Michael Oakes, are you in the audience? He told a really wonderful story about a road trip. He and Peggy went on many, many road trips together. And she was a fantastic road trip partner, but apparently not as a driver. She was not meant to be driving on the road trip, and many mishaps resulted if that had to happen. So he told the story of one road trip. He was getting kind of tired. He'd been driving a long time, and she said, "It'll be fine. I'm gonna drive. Go ahead. Let me take the wheel for a little while." So she started driving. He kind of faded off and went to sleep. And when he woke up, the car was just pulled over by the side of the road in the darkness, and they were just going nowhere. And he said, "Well, where are we? What are we doing?" She looked at him and she said, "Well, I just got us completely lost, and I wanted to wake you up till I at least got us back where we started from." Oh. Hopefully he took over from there. So this one is for you, Peggy.
When you're dreaming, and Lord, when you're blue, when you're lonely, and Lord, when you're blue, when you're hungry, of your big wheel when the pedals went round and around. You can roll down your window and ride. Ooh, little road, take me nowhere. Little road, moonlit road, take me anywhere. When you know what you don't want, but not what you do, right on. When you're clinging to memories that aren't really true, right on. Or when the face in the mirror has nothing to do with the beauty and longing still locked within you, you can roll on, you can roll on, little road, moonlit road, take me nowhere. Little roads, moonlit roads, take me anywhere. When the goons and the tycoons are driving you mad, and you're sick of the chatter, and you're sick of the ads, feeling low down, 'cause you've never been bad, and regretting you've never been bad. Oh, you can roll right down. Well, you can roll down. Ooh, I said right on. Roll down your window and
Angie Louise, everybody! Thank
You're listening to Sandbox Radio. Subscribe to this podcast in iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcatcher so you never miss an episode. And if you're in the Seattle area, join us for a live show. Tickets are on sale now for the August 27th episode recording at the Bathhouse Theater, Dream a Little Dream, featuring one of our favorite musical guests, Rob McPherson, the Drunken Tenor. Find out more at sandboxradio.org. Now back to Silvery Moon.
Be safe! Oh my God, I'm gonna miss you so much!
Oh, God, I'm nervous.
Nothing to be nervous about.
Easy for you to say. I'm freaking out.
Don't. I got this.
That's what they all say, and then...
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
Promise?
Well, I can't promise, but
Oh,
you know.
God, oh, God, oh, God, oh,
come on.
God, oh, God, oh, God.
To the Moon and Back by Lisa Halper.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh,
Seriously,
God, oh,
babe.
God.
Come on. Be excited for me. I'm excited. The whole world has been talking about the new silvery light emitting off the moon, and I get to see it with my own eyes.
You're so brave. But what if something bad happens? You know that's a real possibility.
Statistically, that happens so rarely, honey. You know that.
Yeah, but it does happen.
She's right. I don't want my daughter to go, but she's determined. Nothing I can do to stop her. My only choice is to support her. Being a parent is hard, man, but she's a hero, a real patriot. The country will owe her a debt of gratitude.
Totally debt of freaking gratitude.
Yeah, Oh my God, it's time.
Come on, everyone. Join me. Let's send our loved ones off with a fitting farewell song. Oh, how about By the Light of the Silvery Moon? I want to spoon.
I want to spoon.
To my honey, I'll croon love soon. To my honey, I'll croon love soon. That's really good. Honeymoon. Honeymoon. Keep us shining in June. Keep us shining in June.
Crew, this is Houston. Over. Please confirm that you are ready for space travel.
Roger that, Houston.
Our team on the ground is all systems go.
Please stand by for rocket check. All systems clear and ready for takeoff.
It's time, space crew. Welcome aboard.
All right, let's do this. Come on. Oh, here we go.
You got all your things? Oh my God, I am not ready.
Well, that works out since you're not the one going.
Promise me you'll come back to me.
You worry too much.
You don't worry enough. But okay, you know I love you. I believe in you. You can do this.
I'm gonna do this. I love you, babe. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for being here. We all appreciate your support.
I love you to the moon and back.
I love you more.
And in 10, 9,
Oh my God.
8, 7, 6,
I'm gonna be sick.
5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2,
Please,
1.
please, please.
Ignition.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna go nuts. Someone distract me.
I could do a tap dance.
That would just annoy me. I need something real to think about.
I'm working on this theory. Would that
Great, lay it on me.
Captain, this is Wendy Hollingham from Mission Control. How do you hear me?
Loud and clear, ma'am.
We're tracking a Category 5 weather system due north of the flight path. Can you confirm any interference?
All good here, ma'am. No sign of weather system.
Glad to hear it, Captain. Please alert if noting any shifts.
Will do, Houston.
This can't be over soon enough. You said you had a theory or something?
Right. So, do you remember back when there was no Monday? Back when nothing separated the sun and the moon but the darkness and then light?
No, don't tell me you do, or I'm going to start to worry.
Of course not. But I know there was such a time. How creative of whoever it was to parcel off time into chunks and call them days, nights, weekends.
I imagine that once weekdays were created, it was only a matter of time before someone created work to fill in the other days with.
Yes, but before work was invented, a lot more people had callings.
You think? I think some people throughout history had callings, but most people just had trades.
Okay, fair enough. Even so, their trades were often things they did because they desired to do so. They were inspired, compelled, interested by that thing or this.
I think you're idealizing the past. I think dudes who put shoes on horses did so because their daddies did.
Well, maybe you're right. But even so, God, our culture is so weird. We've made work the sum total of our value and have come up with all these different ways to avoid nature, our own and out there.
Houston, we've hit a slight snag. We danced with the weather system and she stepped on our toes.
Collateral damage?
Down one engine.
Oh my God! No,
10-4, Captain. The other 2 engines will see you through. Alert with any changes.
You can count on that, ma'am.
Oh, for God's
Holy
sake.
hell. Okay, keep talking. This is helping my nerves.
Okay.
You said something about how we avoid our own nature.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, the stuff we do in response to not accepting ourselves, like makeup, facelifts, or implants, or the stuff we do to distract ourselves from what's happening right now in our lives, like TV, internet, all kinds of stuff. There are too many ways to not be who and where we are. It's impressive. And yet all the things we do don't stop the sun from shining, the moon from casting shadows, and death
I know that's true. Hey, you know that saying, enough is enough?
Yeah?
Do you remember a time when enough was really enough?
You mean
before our culture began collectively worshiping at the altar of more?
before everything we value had to have a brand name?
Was there ever such a time?
Not 100%. But when I was a kid, there was very little brand awareness. Levi's, maybe. Easy Bake Oven.
How did you survive?
This is going to shock you, but we used to have adventures. We used to make things up to entertain ourselves.
Weird.
Right?
You can say that again.
Right? I mean, nowadays, kids' first words aren't mommy and dada, they're iPhone and Xbox.
Wouldn't it be cool if the language changed to separation of church, state, and stuff?
Yes! Oh my God, that would be amazing! So the love of stuff would be delayed until kids had a chance to, I don't know, just go out and play. Right?
Oh, yeah, sure. That'd be...
Houston, there's a problem.
Can you see them on the monitor?
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Did they crash? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you're alive.
Of course I am.
Oh, my God.
Are you sure you're all right, honey?
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
Crew, this is Houston. We hope you enjoyed your virtual reality trip to the moon. Please return your VR goggles when you leave the theme park.
I want to go again.
We can come back again another time. Mama needs a Xanax and a glass of wine. The Moth and the Star by James Thurber.
A young and impressionable moth once set his heart on a certain star. He told his mother about this, and she counseled him to set his heart on a bridge lamp instead.
Stars aren't the thing to hang around,
she said.
Lamps are the thing to hang around.
You get somewhere that way,
said the moth's father.
You don't get anywhere chasing stars.
But the moth would not heed the words of either parent. Every evening at dusk, when the star came out, he would just start flying towards it. And every morning at dawn, he would crawl back home, worn out with his vain endeavor. One day, his father said to him,
You haven't burned a wing in months, boy, and it looks to me as if you were never going to. All your brothers have been badly burned flying around street lamps. And all your sisters have been terribly singed flying around house lamps.
Completely singed and totally burned my butt.
Come on now, get out of here and get yourself scorched. A big, strapping moth like you without a mark on him?
The moth left his father's home.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Don't forget to write.
But he would not fly around street lamps, and he would not fly around house lamps. He went right on trying to reach that star, which was 4 1/3 light years or 25 trillion miles away.
The moth thought it was just caught up in the tops of the branches of an elm.
He never did reach that star, but he went on trying night after night.
And when he was a very, very old moth,
he began to think that he really had reached the star, and he went around saying so.
I remember the first time I got to the star.
And this gave him a deep and lasting pleasure.
Ah.
His parents and his brothers and his sisters had all been burned to death when they were quite young. But he lived to a great old age.
Moral: who flies afar from the sphere of our sorrow is here today and here tomorrow.
We can't make Sandbox Radio without the generous financial support of listeners like you. Becoming a sustaining donor of Sandbox Radio, signing up to make a monthly contribution through Patreon is one way to help. You can be a patron for as little as $5 a month. Patrons receive exclusive access to digital content, preferred seating at live shows, and more. Just go to patreon.com/sandboxradio. That's Patreon, spelled Patreon. Become a patron today. Thanks for the live support.
Steady as she goes, Mr. Parker. Mind the tiller.
Aye, Captain Prince.
Secure the jib, Mr. Wayne.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The sea is calm but thick with foam.
Foam usually means too much Mr. Bubble.
Sure. What else, lads?
Lads? We're not all lads.
Nobody cares, Barbie. Just thinking about your partially melted hard plastic Tetons makes me seasick.
Good one.
You're my crew. You're all my lads. Mr. Barbie, what about the foam?
Captain, do you mean the beast?
Aye, the beast. Our greatest foe, our raison d'etre.
Raisin dirt.
Raisin dirt?
He said raisin dirt?
Read a book, Bruce.
Don't call me Bruce. Mr. Wayne is bad enough. I'm Batman. When I'm in my cape and cowl, I'm Batman.
Okay, read a book, Batman.
Come on, you guys. Play the game right. We're at sea, in a lifeboat, and we're all sailors. We're all misters. And none of us are plastic action figures.
For your information, I'm a doll, and you're not even an action figure. You're a Spider-Man Pez dispenser.
Shut up! Half your head's been shaved, and your nipples were drawn on with a magic marker.
I'm supposed to be Charlize Theron from Mad Max Fury Road.
And I have Wonder Woman's torso and Ariel's fishtail on the bottom. It's only a matter of time until battle stations. We were left floating in the tub an hour ago. Either Daddy's gonna drain and scrub the tub, or Molly gets in to play with us.
Raisin dirt.
No matter what goes down, there will be turbulent waters ahead. Are you with me, lads?
Aye, Captain.
Time to get nakedy, nakedy, nakedy.
She's taking off her jammies.
And bringing the Millennium Falcon to the party.
With the Wookiee!
Oh no!
Zoom! Hold steady as she goes!
Aye, Captain.
Daddy, I want to play real boats.
Don't forget to wash, kiddo.
Mr. Barbie, prepare to come about!
Aye, Captain.
Release the loofah!
We're taking on water! Mind the bilge pumps, men!
Men? Really?
For gosh sakes, just drop it, Barbie.
Come on!
We're going down!
Want to give your kids some real-life boating fun? Bring them down to the Center for Wooden Boats. See real seagoing ships. Teach the whole family how to sail. And learn the principles of being a good steward to the beautiful Puget Sound. The Center for Wooden Boats, preserving Seattle's beautiful nautical traditions since 1957.
Want to go see some real boats, Molly?
Can I bring my toys?
Bring Batman.
And now, another installment of Platitudes from the mind of Peggy Platt.
June is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, June 16th is my birthday. On the other, it's the month of weddings. And I am unmarried, just shy of 57, a spinster. And 57. 57 is only good as a steak sauce or a Chevy Bel Air. I actually woke up on my 17th birthday to the hit of the day, Janice Ian's Gut Wrencher at 17. I lost it. My BFF tried to comfort me by saying,
My mom says that we're all going through our awkward stages right now. When we get married, we'll look back at this and laugh. It's not like we're old spinsters yet.
The definition of spinster from Webster's, or maybe it's Jane Austen, defines a spinster as an unmarried woman of a certain age, either 30 or 31, texts differ. There's even a Jewish text that says we're used up at 22.
Is this the little girl I carry?
Too scary.
Okay.
Surely I'm done for. I'm unmarried, 56 and 9/10, and I own 4 cats. And I've never gotten to force a perfectly lovely woman into perfectly horrible bridesmaid dresses, even though I personally did walk down the aisle of shame in 9 yards of pink tulle. As a comic, I've performed for 30 or 40 obnoxious bachelorette parties, complete with penis hats. And I never got to wear my own genitalia tiara while my maid of honor held my hair back and I puked in an alley.
My puke tastes like peppermint. Oh, sorry. Shh.
I've even officiated 5 weddings, straight and gay, because everybody gets married but Peggy. But that's nothing when I think I will never get my own gift registry. I need an incomplete set of dishes with multiple gravy boats that are too nice to use. All God's children need gifts. I guess I'm just a bitter spinster like Mary in bizarro Bedford Falls and It's a Wonderful Life. When George asks, "Where's my wife, Mary?" and the angel replies, "It's too horrible. She never married. She's just closing up the library." So it's June. Strawberries and cherries are ripe, roses are in bloom, and Flag Day. Well, not the best example, kind of a lame holiday, but it is another excuse to wear red, white, and blue. Blue, something borrowed, something blue. Happy June, spinsters! Go to the library and get a book. Ulysses, a book about Bloomsday, June 16th, my birthday, 856 pages of despair. Go ahead, you have the time. It's not like you're married with lives. Just
Peggy Platt!
Hello, friends, and welcome to Sandbox Radio's Vermin Notes, where we check in with the critters that share our world.
Raccoons, the clowns of the animal world. Rascally, adorable, and deadly.
An adult raccoon can turn a living, breathing human being into a dry skeleton in 12 seconds.
The word raccoon and the word bassoon have the same Latin root, acune, meaning to annoy.
When a raccoon goes through your trash, it isn't looking for food. It just wants to make a mess.
It took years of careful planning, but eventually raccoons got their revenge on Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone is another way of saying Davy Crockett.
When two raccoons fight, it is usually an elaborate battle of wits. They insult each other in iambic tetrameter.
Raccoons' eyes glow at night thanks to their tapetum lucidum, a light-reflecting surface behind their retinas.
Raccoons' eyes glow at night thanks to their uranium-rich diet.
Raccoons' eyes glow at night because they are in league with the devil.
Raccoons can squeeze through a hole the size of a nickel.
Raccoons love garages because that's where people keep paint. And raccoons love to huff.
Raccoons pioneered the smoky eye look, but get no credit for it.
Raccoons prefer pie to cake.
If you are menaced by a raccoon, frighten it away by telling it that the call is coming from inside the house.
Raccoons are sexually aroused by dogs.
Yep, it's true. Given the chance, a raccoon will beep the beep out of your dog.
And when a raccoon and a dog have a baby, it's called a possum. An animal that can play dead and hang by its tail.
Until next time, this has been Sandbox Radio's Vermin Notes.
Helping you get to know the amazing and filthy world around you.
You're listening to Sandbox Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gents. We welcome all to the last day of the Tukwila Villa Renaissance Fair. Our shoppies are now open, including Lady Matilda's corset creations and Sir Stuart's leather belts and auto parts. Jousting shall commence down by the Dragon Lair's arena upon the midday.
A Dog and His Destiny by Elizabeth Heffron.
This way, milady. Watch thy step.
Please don't talk like that.
Prithee, have I caused annoyance?
Where's my husband?
Thither lies the knave, besotted in our jail.
Claire?
Ian, oh my God.
Dog that thou art. Thou art freed only on the cognizance of this fine lady.
Could you please take those handcuffs off of him?
The restraints? I hesitate. He went quite mad last night at the Buxom Inn.
Well, I shall conduct myself a gentleman, sir, upon mine oath.
Your oath goes as far as I can piss, sir.
Are you nuts? You can't actually hold my husband in your fake Renaissance jail.
Claire.
Patience, I beg you, madam. I shall summon the Lord Mayor, BRB.
Milady, that wast harsh.
Ian, stop with the Ren Fair speak. What the hell is going on? Why didn't you come home last night?
Sweetie.
I called you like 80 times. I thought you'd been in an accident. Wait, are you wearing tights?
Woolen stockings. They're actually quite cozy.
I called your work.
My work?
To see if you'd gone in. Why didn't you go to work yesterday, Ian?
Claire.
You missed your client presentation, the one you've been working on for over a year. They said the entire group from Cleveland was waiting for you in the conference room, and you never showed up. Why?
Did you see the moon last night, my love?
And what the hell did you do to get put in here?
Fine! There art the blighter! Ambles out of the boxman and straight to me corset shop he besotted on mead. Then he puketh all over me finest tidbit.
Quiet! Let the Lord Mayor speak.
Let the Lord Mayor speak.
Thank you. Cheesemonger, Ewan, what doth thou sayest for thyself?
Cheesemonger?
Just go with it, Claire. Lord Mayor, good people of Tuckwillaville, prithee I beg thy forgiveness for my gross misdeeds of the evening past.
Hey! Everybody, quiet down. I want to hear this too. Go ahead, Ian. What the hell happened in that corset shoppy?
Well, if I must, I shall blame it on the moon. No, thou sawest the moon last night, full and intoxicating. I'd just blown off a major client presentation, so my asseth was grasseth. But, huzzah! Thy moon appeared. A magic orb, and it entranced me toward the buxom inn, where I doth dine with many a jovial monger. The turkey leg monger, the peasant shirt monger, the face painting monger, and lo, my heart did swell, and I felt so at home.
Get to the dirt, man.
Aye, well, we did imbibe much mead and sang dirty sea ditties and caroused with abandon, whereupon we were tossed out of the inn on our arses. Only then did I spy Lady Matilda's corset shoppy across the way. All those tight, fleshy corsets shimmering in the moon's lusty glow.
Not wrong there. Top of the line, me corsets.
I thought of my dear wife, Claire, and her many anguished texts and VMs, and lo, my organ greweth hard.
Dial it down, Ian.
I knew I had to purchase one of those luscious constraints for the good woman I hoped would stand by me in my hour of need. So I did meander to the shoppy.
Meander, says he? That drunkard wobbled and bobbled right into the shoppy, he did. I was witness. Then his innards expelled all he'd wolfed down. Bits of corn on the cob and strawberry shortcake.
Flew all over me Guinevere collection.
Aye, I'm the knave, I do not deny it.
Then close thy trap and handeth me thy credit card.
Alas, madam, I have forsaken all credit this very morn. But I can repay thee in future cheese products that I shall monger anon.
Foul sloth, you cannot pay the Lady Matilda? Why, such a dog deserves his bollocks singed!
Yeah!
Singe his bollocks! Singe his bollocks!
Good people, hold thy tongues.
Hold thy tongues, people!
Thank you. There is no need to cinch this cheesemonger's bollocks.
Okay, good.
He and the Lady Matilda shall jousteth at midday, and the issue will be resolved by mortal combat in front of our paying audience.
What the hell, Rex? I'm not getting on any goddamn horse.
Lady Matilda, may I have the honor of jousting in your stead?
Sir Stuart, that's not...
Prithee, mistress, I insist.
All righteth, but don't think this will get you any closer to my orchid.
It is decided.
It is decided, people.
Yes, thank you. Sir Stuart, the leather belts and auto parts monger shall fighteth for the Lady Matilda.
He needs some armor! He needs some armor!
Constable Wayne, keep an eye on this fickle cheese knight until the jousting commences. All souls backeth to work.
You heard the Lord Mayor, backeth to work.
No funny moves, cretin. I got my eye on thy
Aye.
You've probably lost your job over this. You know that.
Claire.
We've still got Nathan in college. We've got to save something for retirement.
What was I going to do? Sell those poor lemmings from Cleveland? A system that will be archaic in 5 years? Maybe less?
Now you worry about this?
It doesn't matter anyway. In 100 years, we're all going to be one single civilization, at least according to Yuval Noah Harari.
My God. Oh, my God.
Well, I can't lie anymore, Claire.
Is that what this is about?
I can't scare people into systems they don't need.
It's that book you've been reading, the one you're obsessed with?
Well, it's all fiction.
That book, what's it called? Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind.
We Homo sapiens have conquered the world because we can concoct fiction.
Why would Bill Gates put that sucker on his top reads list?
We create myths and live by them, but they are not real, Claire. I get it now. My job at AAA Security Corp is a fiction, a made-up thing. Nathan's college is a fiction. Your Etsy business is
My Etsy business is not a fiction.
It is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Ian.
Fake news, real news, it doesn't matter. They're all stories we buy into. I like the stories here better, Claire. I don't want to go back.
But the fair ends tomorrow.
I know. I decided last night I'm choosing this fiction.
With the tights.
The whole package.
I feel sick.
My dove.
What are you doing? Get up off your knees.
My cream puff. Let's sell the house. The kids are gone. This fair packs up for Reading tomorrow. We could joust and cheesemonger our way across the country.
But you only read the first 60 pages of that stupid book.
I'll get to the rest.
And you've never made cheese, Ian.
The internet still existeth, my pet.
Plus, you're about to be jousted.
Everything's rubber. The lances, the plate armor.
Those horses aren't rubber.
No.
They're real.
Yes, they are.
Ladies and gents, the hour is nigh. Pray make thy way to the Dragon's Lair Arena for a special jousting event. Sir Stewart of Leather Belts and Auto Parts doth challenge a newcomer to this shire. A cheesemonger by the name of Ewan. May the full contact rivalry bring honor to all.
Stay here with me, Claire. Your macrame brooches will sell like hotcakes.
Ian, this is crazy. I don't know. My God. All right. You're so invigorated.
We shall ruleth this kingdom together, my Petunia.
A fictional kingdom.
Absolutely.
Dog, prepare to meet thy destiny!
It's really been swell. It's really been great just to be with you on our sandbox date. Oh, say it ain't true. Oh, say it ain't so. That the show is done and it's time to go. Well, that's our show for tonight. The Sandbox radio players were
Eric Ray Anderson,
Lisa Vertel,
Kelly Mack,
Basil Harris,
Heather Hawkins,
Augustia Coley,
Laura Kenny, Julie Rosenzweig,
Sean John Walsh,
and Richard Simon.
And I'm your host for Sandbox Radio, Leslie Long.
Tonight, the Sandbox Radio Orchestra was Chris Monroe on drums, Olivia Hamilton on the bass, Dave Marriott on trombone, and on the keys, our maestro and composer, the fabulous Angie Louise.
Silvery Moon was written by Scott Augustin, Lisa Halpern, Elizabeth Heffron, Brett Fetzer and Juliet Waller-Prezan, Phil Shallett, James Thurber, and the one and only Peggy Platt. With original music by Angie Louise and additional music by Paul McCartney. Thanks to Seattle Public Theater for hosting, Christopher Maskas, Maria Manis, the whole amazing team. Our stage managers were Jessie Lee Mirander and Elizabeth Burton and Teresa Micheletti. The show was mixed by Luke Carwald and recorded by Brian Moynihan. The 2018 season of Sandbox Radio Live is funded in part by a generous grant from For Culture. So, we're going to bring out our lyric cards because now's the time of the show when we always love for you to sing along. I think you've picked up the tune. Huh? Ready? Here we go. It's really been swell. It's really been great. Just to be with you.
We miss you, Peggy. Good night. Silvery Moon was recorded in front of a live audience at the Bathhouse Theater in Seattle on June 18, 2018. The live show was sound engineered by Luke Carwald, recorded by Brian Moynihan, and this podcast was mixed by Dave Pascal. Our stage managers were Jessie Lee Mirander, Teresa Micheletti, and Lizzie Burton, with technical support from Maria Manis and the team from Seattle Public Theater. For complete episode credits, upcoming live show information, and our podcast archive, including lots of wonderful appearances by Peggy Platt, go to sandboxradio.org. I'm your host for Sandbox Radio, Leslie Law, and on behalf of co-producer Richard Ziman and all of us here at Sandbox Radio, thanks for listening.